the Latin term god. Many people imagine that the term god comes from the term Zeus, a Greek deity. This is because the person who defines it has not studied the etymology of words. Etymology is the study of the origin of the word. In this case, the word God is defined to have arisen in ancient Europe, being called Proto-Indo-European, that is, the ancient language of that region. In that ancient time, everything that came from heaven was called dyew. So everything that came from heaven was described by this radical. To define an entity from heaven, deiwós was used. With time the ancient population of the region of Italy used the term as deiwós, and later changing to the term God. We have for example that the term Zeus is Greek. But the word God does not come from Zeus, because the term Zeus is created long after the term deiwós, so it is impossible for the term God to have arisen from the term Zeus. But what happened was the opposite. The term Zeus used the radical dyew to define it as an entity from heaven. But the term God does not come from the term Zeus. The term God comes from the same meaning from heaven. It is clearly observed that the term God has no passage in Greece, in which the term Zeus was created. So it is impossible that the term God came from the term Zeus. So saying God to the higher entity in the Bible does not tend to be wrong, as we define that God is in heaven. So etymologically speaking, every time God is spoken, he is talking about an entity that is from heaven. The Hebrew term El, which translates, like God, means powerful, so to call the celestial entity powerful, or to call it celestial. Logically, there /t be much difference. What we should always have is a more discerning, logical and pacifying concept, to analyze things. Many problems occur due to ignorance, partisanship and a combat factor. So defining God as the entity in heaven is not a bad thing. In fact, the important thing is not what it is called, but the respect and obedience that one has.
Si está buscando más contenido de diferentes áreas, visite el sitio web reformadoresdasaude.com. Puede encontrar noticias y contenido detallado, con sistema de investigación y organización de textos y videos.